Hey! 1 second. I just gotta check something to make sure. Alright, we're working. Just wanted to make sure nothing was stalling. Okay. This is a Gadakomsky game. He's facing Alexander Ryanazashev. So we're gonna call white Gada and black Alexander. Okay. He's playing the London system, so we're gonna have to see how it works. Let's do it. Okay. See, there's one other London system that could be played like that. So if you wanted to play that way, you can. This is more of the standard London line, and so everything's good. He's got the structure. This is the structure you're wanting for the London. That bishop to no b6. It's a very odd, different line. What it's trying to do, I mean, b6 is trying to go after c5 and then attack the d4 pawn, but black could actually have done that right away with c5. c5 is more standard of the London. Then white would play knight bd2, knight c3, bishop to d3. If castles, then you have a couple ideas that you could play. I'd play h5, h4. h4 is huge. h4 is like really strong. And so let's say that he went. At this point, he's preparing to go here. So what I would do if it was me, I'd probably probably jump in there. Let's see if the computer says that I'm. Oh, okay. And what's castles? That's more positional. But if you wanted to attack, this is for an attacker's opening. So I'd play knight to d5, and if takes, he retreats back, and then at this point you push onward. And if he stops that there, you just go smack. You just start the huge onslaught. If he goes here, you can actually take. Then if takes, you could take, and then potentially you have a check. You have a double attack with here, and so there's a lot of different lines that you can do. Right. So Gada's playing correctly. The reason you don't really want to do this either, look at the pawn structure. It does play for control over e4, so that is a potential idea later on with the knight, but it doesn't follow the principles of the London. H3 is so that if the knight ever gets attacked, I mean the bishop ever gets attacked, you just retreat it back to h2. This is a way to save your dark square bishop. So it's an interesting way of playing for sure. It's more positional. If you like positional play, that's the way to go. A4 it has the idea of stopping the push, also potentially going b4, and then if he plays here, you can actually lock the position down. So like let's say that he castles b4, we'll say a6, then let's say bishop here, and let's say he goes there, then you can actually lock down the position like that. And then forever his bishop is entombed in this structure. You did surrender c4, also e4, but remember you have the potential now to attack on the king side because the black's counterplay is all gone. His light squared bishop looks silly if you notice. So that's why sometimes fianchettoing there isn't really the best idea. And he takes, rook a2. He doesn't want to go to b1 because then it'd just be defending the pawn. This does a dual idea. It's attacking and defending at the same time. So got a castle. If you want to play positional, you can. There's also like lines that you could play. Queen c2. Then if we'll say c6, you have g5, g4, sorry, and then if he plays here, trying to get and undermine this structure, you can just push onward with g. And then if he tries to close up, actually he can't close up, so he's gonna have to take. And you take, and now that's starting to come smacking in. And so if he plays there, what you do is you can actually take. So and then when he takes, so he can't do that. He can't push. So maybe he'd jump in here, but nope, that would lose too. So this is kind of a pickle for him. So that's why sometimes not castling right away is a good idea. This a6, it actually equalizes the position for black. This was actually letting black trade off his light square bishop was not the best idea, but sometimes you're forced to do that. But see, he's going for a huge attack. He's got these guys coming up the board. So black's not out of the woods yet. And the queen comes back. What he's trying to do, potentially, he might make a route into e5, pawn, knight to e5, and he'll go here, here, and there. And then he's got a pretty good outpost. And if he can get in here, he also has an attack there. So it's really interesting. h6, Alexander's trying to make a flight square, but not a very good flight square. And this also weakens in front of the king. So it promotes Gata later on to play g, and then maybe potentially there he might play that. But then you have this, and let's say the knight moves. So you have to be careful. After takes there, you'd have to take here, and then you'd have to come after here, and maybe potentially there, something like that. And but remember, white has the outside pass pawn, and so it's interesting for sure. So you just got to keep an eye on that. Black doesn't want to trade. If black trades, you're thinking, why can't he just play there? Yeah, but remember, he can't. If he takes, and he's won a whole rook. So Alexander doesn't want to do that. So he has to give up the file. A4. Now A4 does a big thing. Rook A4. Excuse me, I gotta get a drink of water. Thank you for your patience there. It stops the pawn from progressing, which cuts this bishop off from infiltrating into the position. Also, it prepares for maybe the infiltration for maybe a knight to get here. Maybe we're still kind of looking at that. Yeah, he's retreated his queen out. Remember, attack. You got to remember that. That's kind of what you got to look for. But sometimes, remember, excuse me, you have to look at that it's not always about the attack, because sometimes it's positional play. But if you have an opportunity and it's sound, go for a huge break. Okay, white has all the power in this position. Black's structure is weak on the queen side, and that's his only counterplay. So everything's sealed up for white. These two rooks guard everything. So now white can start an onslaught on the king side. Knight comes in and knight takes knight, bishop takes, and now Gata has the availability. Yeah, he doesn't want to trade. See, if he trades his bishop off, his attack is no good. So he has to retreat back. He's got 3 pieces that he can attack with. So it's time to get going. E4. Yeah, that's a power move right there, baby. He took potentially there might be a E5. That might be a idea to stop the infiltration, but potentially maybe that's what he was looking at, and he didn't want to relieve the pressure. So you gotta always think, what's my opponent thinking about when he plays a move? And Gata has now fixed the structure on the queen side. There's no more movement of the pawns. These pawns can't move. That pawn can't move. Everything's protected. If this rook takes, that whoa, wait a second. Can't this rook take? Hold on. Yeah, that's right. C2. Everything's locked down now. Now he has Gata has all the attacks. So C6. He's going to try to come in and triple attack on there. So the knight's coming. When this happens, this pawn may be a problem. Oh, interesting. So he's trying to infiltrate in. Knight E. Now, that's a weakness. That's a weakness. That's a weakness. This bishop is actually well placed. Bishop G5, Knight F5. And potentially maybe H4 when he retreats back, either here or here, we may have more of an attack. So Bishop B6, H4, D8, Knight to E3, because if you notice, there's only one attacker, a protectorate here, and maybe white can get some infiltration. This is very, very positional. I wanted to grab a positional game for us to look at. Knight H5. There we go. I mean, not H5. Pawn H5. And so now the kingside structure is basically locked. Now these pawns are weaknesses for this dark square bishop. Gata has to be able to relieve the pressure here, and yeah, that's the only sitch. See, there's an attack here potentially. This is really hard to break through. Yeah, then he just keeps hammering away. It's going after the pawn here, getting off there. It is really interesting though. Potentially he can't really win anything, because if he tries here, guys, all he'll do is retreat back, and that loses to impassing. So he can't really attack. So that's why. One second. Hold on. There we go. That's why he plays bishop to E6. Rook A2. You're thinking, wait a second, isn't he giving up a pawn? Yeah, but look what he got in return, a center pawn. He gave up a side pawn, which that isn't gonna move at all. This knight, a rook, is blockading it. There's nothing that's gonna infiltrate. This pawn right here that was here was very valuable. Now Gata has a passed protected pawn. So, and now his opponent, he's gonna, now you see the move of g3. His king's gonna move to g2, and now there's no trading of the rooks. He's gonna try to triple up there, and now he wants to trade, which is good because remember, in the end game, yes, this outside pass. Hey, how you doing? Yes, in the end game, this sorry, the outside pass pawn, excuse me, is strong, but not at this moment. It's a weakness. Also, the c pawn here is weak too, so there's a lot that's still going on. We're still in the middle game. Black has two weaknesses, so the theory of two weaknesses. So he has to bring a rook to defend or keep this bishop, and so it's just like there. And now Gata is going for c4. He's going after the c4 pawn and the a5 pawn. Potentially, maybe the queen will drop back after the knight. Maybe knight to e3. Yeah, the queen attacks the rook and the knight. So they're all, yeah. He's going after the weak c pawn. See, forever that c pawn is going to be weak. Once the d pawn was lost, that c pawn's a weakness. So black's going to have to babysit the c pawn. So that's the whole problem piece, problem pawn. And the queen is doing what a pawn should be doing. Yeah, exactly. If he could trade off queens, which he does, now this pawn is weak. The pawn on c4 is weak. It will fall, eventually fall. Otherwise, pieces are going to have to start defending it. So, takes. And God is not worried about bishop versus knight. This pawn cannot be defended. Only once. But the pawn can be attacked twice because he has a rook and a knight. If the rook was able to get here, or potentially here, and the knight was able to get here, you have two attackers, and then if, let's say, a rook was blessed to get there, the knight would take and win the pawn. So that pawn's going to fall. There we go. There's a double attack as well. So even better. I didn't see that, because that, oh man, yeah, this is a total crushing endgame. No, Alexander's not going to win this. This is going to be sad. A3. Knight takes first. And then now he has to hold this pawn. He also will now get his king involved, walk over and win that pawn. So it's like R, even better. Block the bishop and then take it. King comes in. Now he's got, if I see that now, we got to go over some endgame. I'll have to bring Jeremy Silman's endgame course back out, and we'll do some endgame play. Or I might pull up some endgame scenarios and import them so that we can go over them. I think that's what I'll do. We may take maybe tomorrow and do that so that we can take a break from openings. I know they're fun, but you have to be well-rounded in all areas in chess. Yeah, so he locked that down. There's nothing that, if he moves there, takes, and man, it's game over, basically. G6, and G takes, and black resigned here because there's bishop takes A2. Black may have, how far back? What number is was that on? And yeah, because Gada's just gonna set the structure. Oh, move 53. Oh, interesting. But still, if you notice the structure, I see what you're saying. That's a potential move sequence. But you have to remember, after that was a good idea about bishop f2. But remember, now the knights and the rooks attacking this pawn, and it's only defended once. So let's say that black would try to get back in time. He can't get back in time. He could play rook takes, takes, and then if knight comes, he just moves, and then it's basically toast. Black has nothing. Maybe here. Let's see. Maybe just infiltrating back to e3. Then if it comes in, he's got there, and he's got a. We'll just say something like that. So we have to be careful. That's true. But actually, he can't move off that. That's right. So there's really no threat. Actually, he can move there, and then if he moves off here, it's over. So if he attacks the knight, you take. And takes. And with that, I think it's game over. Because then you just come out. If he comes up there, you just retreat back. Comes there, and then it's like really, what are you gonna do? Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're thinking after here. Interesting. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, he can't really take, can he? Yeah, because potentially you're right. If he plays here, you have bishop back to c5. But yeah, what I'd do here is probably get my king. He might play there though. Then potentially here, here. So even if he traded, I don't know, Gada might just say, you know what, forget this pawn here. He might just say, you know what, forget the pawn. I'll take it. So you know what, you can have that pawn. And you know what, I'm going to rely on my two passers. And so he get his bishop involved. I mean his knight involved here. And then he does have a draw, so... Actually, he doesn't have a draw, does he? Because white would just take. So if the king tried to come over here, you have check. At this point, I think it's game over because there's no real way of stopping that onslaught. Yeah, this is game over. Any way that Gata played, it would have been game over. So you want to do some puzzles? I'll do some puzzles. Okay. That was a fun game to go over. That was a good find on bishop takes. Let me see. Was that f2? Bishop takes f2. Yeah, it was a good game for sure. For sure. I'm thinking pawn push if it's me, because if he takes, we take, and the bishop, the queen is protected. I mean the rook's protected. So if we play here, let's say he gets greedy and takes on a8, we take back, and I believe we, huh? Hold on, let me see. What do you think? I think this is the only move that makes sense in the position. And if he takes, oops, and if he takes, here, then we check and he plays knight there. Interesting, for sure, for sure. C6, pawn C6 might be a idea. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that could be played. If we play knight, then if we play knight here, the queen will take the pawn. I mean the bishop on d6. I don't see anything else. Let's see. The queen intercepts. We lose it. So, oh my word, really? Oh, you move the king. Huh. Drat. I should have looked at. I didn't think about the move. I gotta do that. I didn't see that. It's okay. It's okay. We got this. It's okay. It's okay. We can't get greedy and take because we have a fork there. So we gotta take a look to see what we got here. Let's see if queen takes takes, so, and then nothing, so we actually potentially will lose a pawn and a knight. Just one sec, I'm gonna just go back to move 5 or 8 and see what we got here. Okay, takes, 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 takes. There we go. Alright, takes bishop there. See, he has an idea of here and here. Now that I looked at that. Trying to see if there's anything like castles here. Because I'd love to trade off queens, but we really can't because he'd snap that off. Let's see, because the queen, you have to look at the drawback. The piece that has a huge drawback is the queen, so she puts herself for an attack to happen. Yeah. Let's just calculate. We'll just see here, here. We'll say here. Takes up. No, that doesn't work. You can make ideas around pieces that are hanging. So let's just, this is a very interesting piece, and that rook is potentially hanging as well. So let's see, is there anything we can do? And then this queen is awkwardly well, if we play that's a move. I'm glad you proposed the move. The only sitch is we have a check or a capture there. Trying to see if there's anything that potentially, let's see here, anything. Ooh, interesting. If we do if we do castle queenside, and let's say he takes, we can bring our rook. We can actually bring our rook over here. Our rook over here, and we're threatening mate with the rook, and we're attacking the queen. I believe it's castle queenside now that I think about it, because if he takes, we can actually bring this rook over, and if he takes, we take. We can actually take. After queen takes, g2. I believe, see, the reason I think castling kingside's good is we're going to let him have this and that, because we're going to go for mate. Our queen and rook, if we can get a rook here, is threatening mate. And then if he tries to intercept with a bishop, we take with the queen. So what do you think? I think castle queenside is the only thing that makes sense in the sitch. If he tries to attack there, that's silly. And if he tries to attack our queen here, we just bring our queen back and we guard everything. What do you think? Castles? Yeah, what if he plays... That's right. If he plays bishop to f6, we can actually go queen to g2, g3, and then if he trades, we open this file and everything's status quo. Even if he takes here and takes, we still have the potential for an attack here with our knight strongly outposted. What do you think? I think it's close to... I'm thinking castles, but because I don't really see... Well, let me see. If we play... No, because if we take here, we lose that ability for... Because if we played here and he came over, he could just take the knight, and then we don't have a queen here to threaten mate. I don't really see anything after here, because he's going to take there and attack the rook. Let's give it a shot. Oh. Wow, you're joking me. Wow. Really? You gotta be... You mean you're sacrificing... What does that do? Oh. Then probably knight intercepts, right? Oh, king up. Oh. Okay. Can't he just move his bishop, though? I'll mate one. Oh, man, I can't believe I missed that. I didn't see that. I think I gave up on it. Yeah. We gave up on takes too soon. I don't know why I didn't see that. But, we're learning, so that's the price of learning. Let's see here. If we check, rook intercepts. Then we can drop our knight, attacking the queen, and then we potentially could play h5. So check here, here. We'll say plays there, there. If he takes, the queen takes, and then we're threatening check. What do you think? Here? I think that's the move. What do you think? Because if he moves here, I guess if he moves there, we do have a pickle, don't we? Drat. What did I miss something here? I think I might have missed something. I don't think that's right now that I think about it. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, if we check here, he'll move there. We check up here. Rook slides over. We could take, maybe play check. Hold on, I'm gonna go to move 11 and see kinda what he might be planning here. Oh, Greek gift. He's doing the Greek gift. Yeah, I think now that we looked at it, I think that is the move. I think that's the move after this, so let's take a look. And then queen takes rook. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Do we have anything better? I think we may. Let's see. Nope. Let's see. There we go. Yes. Yes. Correct. Yes. Yay. All right. We're back on up and up. We're going up. That was a deep one, but it was fun. That's the Greek gift. That's impressive that it actually worked out. The Greek gift. Sometimes they do. That's what we have to watch out for, is not getting lured into the Greek gift. That's why you got to be careful where you castle and when you castle. You may castle into an attack, so be very careful on that. Huh. Hmm. I'm thinking that it potentially is a king move, but I don't know. Because I think the king can protect. I'm thinking it might be, now that I think about it, queen h6, and then h5. And then at this point, if he takes here, 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 we have a check up there. Oh boy, 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 boy. Let's see here, and that also guards that. And we're not worried about sacking this pawn here. If we can win a rook, I'm not worried about sacking. Let's see, anything. Just one sec, I'm gonna go back just a couple moves. Let's just take a look. I think that, oh. Oh wow. So takes. Okay. Ouch, that's way too many pawns. Way too many pawns. I was wrong there. Way too many pawns there. Oh, this is pretty impressive. White's got 3 pieces for the queen, so more than enough material. This looks at that move is really interesting. Now that I think about that, because it prepares to play d2, and then if rook takes d2, the bishop drops. Trying to see is there that this is the piece that's the weakest. So that's hanging. So that's, hold on, let me just take a look. Yeah. Let's see here. There. Can he do anything with his knight though? I mean his rook. Maybe rook up here. Ooh, that's not good. That threatens mate. Not good at all. No, no, no. I did not like that. That. Now that I look at it, that's a bad move. That's a potential idea. Maybe it's a rerouting in here. I think that might be too slow though. But even if we get here, we have a potential double attack with on the rook and the bishop. So maybe this is the correct idea now that I think about it. And if he plays there to kind of guard that, we just slip in. This looks more realistic now that I think about it, because we're going for two attacks. It stops rook to d6, which threatens mate. Also prepares e6, which forks two pieces. Makes the bishop have to go to b4 to guard. Actually, wait a second. If we played here, yeah, the bishop would have to go there, wouldn't it? And then we have that infiltration. Our mate. Yeah, I believe this is it. What do you think? You think C? Yeah. The only stitch about C1 though is that I see is that allows that, and then there's a potential mate idea, and then what would happen is we'd be guarding. Oh, really? That does work, doesn't it? Let's see, here, there. We'd have to guard this pawn forever, though. No, we wouldn't, because the rook can move. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I really am not sure of that, because if we play there, let's say the rook slides up, and then we play here, he'll just move over, and the threat of mate is still in the works. But if we play there, I just think that has more teeth, because if he tries to guard, we can just infiltrate in, and if his king tries to escape, we check, and then if he moves here, yeah, he does escape, doesn't he? Maybe it's more simple. Maybe we're just overlooking something. Maybe it's just that there. And then we're threatening to check here. Maybe it's here, there. And then if he plays here, we just check. And if he moves, we take. And if he comes up here, we take. If he comes there, we may. I think it's either here or here. What do you think? Because that's a good idea. Which one? I'm not sure though. I think it's here to stay in contact with that pawn. What do you think? As then we're now preparing to check here. And if the king runs, so be it. We just drop right in there anyways. Oh. Whoa. Wait a second. Why doesn't my idea here work? Oh, because of Oh. That's it. It's because it takes. I missed that. Okay. Let me break. I can't believe that. We were on the right track though. We were on the right track, so yeah, we were on the right track. We were on the right track. We just I missed that. I wouldn't like to have this position coming down on me. Hold on, let me just go to 20. I want to see kind of. This looks like an interesting idea there. Blocking. If rook takes, we play rook takes. But actually, we'd probably want... Yeah, we want our rook to stay there, because then we can mate. So, here... No, we want our bishop. We want our bishop, so... Here... See, if we could check here... We have a humongous attack going right now. I'm trying to see if it's the rook. Or the bishop. D5 allows for the queen to take, and we can't take back. I know it is an interesting idea. So I'm just thinking. Thinking. But I'm thinking which piece to jam there though. I like that. Rotates. I missed that fork. Oh my word. There's a fork there. Can't believe that. I need to hold on. Let's take a look here. See. Let's see. If we check here. Actually, wait a sec. If we check here. Yeah, first of all, we have to after he moves there, we have to check. Then when he moves here, we bring our last rook over, and then I think that's a back rake mate there. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, we gotta get our, I have to get my mind down. Let's see here. Yeah, thanks. Hmm. Let's see here. Hold on, real quick, just gotta move my thing. Let's see here. Just 1 second, I'll be right back. Just 1 sec. Hey, thank you for waiting. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's see here. Potentially, I think we might have a rook to c8, and then if takes, we can actually check. Then we win material. What do you think? Here, and if queen takes, we take, and then if he moves here, we check, and if he takes, we take the queen. What you think? Right there. What you guys think? That's the best I could find. What do you think right there? Because that's the only thing that makes real sense. Because then if he takes, we take, and this is I believe forcing, the most forcing move out of the situation. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go back to move 37 and get kind of a picture of what we're dealing with here. Okay, so he's going after the knight. See if we played queen here. He's got there. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm trying to. We gotta look for the most forcing lines, like power moves. The six most power moves are checks, captures, forks, skewers, pins, double attacks, and I think. Did I say discovery? I think I said discovery already. Let's see here. That's vulnerable. It's too bad this thing is hanging there for the taking. Because if we move here, he plays there, and I don't think we get anything after that. Dang, this is a tough one. We can't move till we see it. We don't want to move till we see it. Doesn't work. I was thinking here takes, or here, actually here, takes, and then pushes, so that doesn't work. Oh boy. There's that, but that can easily be stopped with there, so. And then we got nothing. This is crazy. A very crazy position for sure. Maybe if we play here, potentially there. Interesting. Queen f4. Queen takes queen. Rook takes. knight there. I can actually win a pawn. It's potentially an idea, huh? Huh. That does win material, doesn't it? Well, let's give it a shot. Ah, that's what it takes here. Huh. That was a good one. Glad we looked at that. I didn't look deep enough. I think we were looking topical. This one looks like a cincher kind of here. If there, check. Let's see. So here, here, there, 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 there. Wait, he can't. Can he check? No, he can't check. Because if we checked. Oh. Let's hold on. Let me see my. Yeah, here. That's right. What do you think? I think that looks more. And then let's say he moves here. We can actually check. And then that's mate. And so if we play here and he comes up, we check. And then if he moves over there, we have check. Moves up here. I believe a check. I think that's checkmate. Yeah. So what do you think there? That's. I'm just gonna go to 42. Move 42. Just 1 second. If we check there. We really can't do F3. Oh, pawn F3? Huh. Is that too slow, though? Let's see here. There. Yeah, we lose all of our checks if there. Trying to think here. See if I put it there. No, that's fine. Let's see here. sec, let's go to H2. Trying to think here, let's see. Is there anything that's potential? I believe we win 2 pieces for the knight if we play there. Bishop takes, queen takes, and if here we could just push our pawn attacking the queen. There we go. We'll do one more and then we'll log out. I mean, I gotta depart and get some work done. Yeah, look at that. This works good. Let's do this thing. Yeah, that was a pretty interesting one. Sometimes it's not what you think it is. So he actually benefited when he traded a rook for those 2 pieces. Oh, actually, I'm in a law school right now, and so I consider my studies my work, and so I'm in my first year going into my second. So that's what I'm. That's what I'm doing. And I use chess to help me think better as well. Let's see here. Actually, I probably should, while we're 2,000, because I am getting a little tired. I don't want to lose our 2,000 ratings, so I'm probably just gonna log off for tonight. But I will get back on, and we'll raise it past. We'll even get past 2,000. Thank you for all the help. We're doing it. You know what? We're learning. That's the main important thing. So, all right. As Wesley So says, serve the Lord Jesus. And as I say, God bless, guys. And I'll see you next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Thank you, guys, for logging on. And remember, we talk about keep studying chess to get better in all areas of your life. And as well, only look back to learn. And as Hannibal Smith says, there's always a plan in this situation. We just have to find it. Bye bye, guys.